But think about this, losing a loved one could also domino effect into you losing your job, because you get so disconnected, you feel so alienated, you feel so disoriented that you lose passion for your job, you lose passion for the service that you're doing. And so what happens is that you then you start to suffer in your work and your career. And so that becomes a threat. And then at the same time, the relationship there at home, in the workplace, that can also cause disconnection, distance, feelings of alienation, because of you've lost a son, you've lost a daughter, a mother, a father, and now it's affecting you in your career. And that relationship, then you become distant from those around you. You can't really communicate. You don't know how to communicate. You don't know how other people act. And so we live in a world that's completely filled with different types of people, different races, religions, creeds, everything. And so we don't know how to cope with that. And they don't know how to cope with us. And people will say words glibly, right? They'll give you platitudes that you don't want. And so again, this creates a bit of distance. And then what happens is you feel so lost that you now want to leave your career, or even the worst case, you get fired. And then you go home. And maybe you go home with your husband or your wife, right? And let's say you're a lawyer or something, or you're a corporate, you're executive, you're in a position of power, and maybe you're leading people. Now you go home, and that loss that you've experienced, that loved one you've experienced, you've lost your job. You now go home, and then you've got other problems that exist in there. So what happens is now your own home life is beginning to get threatened. So it's not just the loss of the job now, your home life, your relationship, maybe it's even going to head towards divorce, separation. Then you've got children maybe involved, and then that creates another problem. And then you've got your whole environment, your friends, your family. So this one loss that you've experienced can actually cause a multitude of changes, a multitude of things in your life that seemingly are negative and cause disruption and cause disconnection. And then you start to question your own meaning and your own purpose in life. And you're trying to find meaning out of this loss.